We live in a society full of external expectations. Whether it is family, career, or social identity, we are often bound by these labels and lose the connection with our inner essence. Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you try to meet the expectations of others, there is still an emptiness and uneasiness in your heart? In fact, true satisfaction and strength come from the heart, not the recognition and standards of others. To explore your true self is to discover the purity and power in your heart. All pain and troubles are temporary. As long as we can return to our hearts and embrace our true selves, there will be light flashing in the dark. In our life journey, we are often overwhelmed by external voices, other people's expectations, social standards, and our own doubts. These external voices gradually move us away from the inner truth. We try to cater to these expectations and try to find the value that belongs to us, but in the end, we lose ourselves. The root of all this pain is that we forget the most fundamental desire in our hearts, the true self. To find the inner power, first of all, it needs to be recognized that this power does not depend on the evaluation of the outside world, but comes from the inner peace and truth. When you no longer seek the recognition of others, and when you no longer rely on external success indicators to measure yourself, you will find that the inner power is infinite. Inner awakening is the way for us to gain true freedom. This kind of freedom is innate with you. When you return to your heart, you will find that you already have all the power. Modern society has given us too many frameworks and standards to tell us how to live and how to succeed. However, Buddhist wisdom reminds us that these external standards tend to keep us away from our true selves. When we try to cater to the expectations of society and pursue those seemingly important goals, we will find that our hearts are getting more and more confused and anxious. True happiness and freedom come from getting rid of these shackles and returning to inner peace. When you can no longer be influenced by the standards of the outside world, you will find the power that truly belongs to you. This power does not come from status or wealth, but from your knowledge and acceptance of yourself. When you find your true self and embrace your inner strength, no matter what the outside world is, you can stand still, and your inner peace will become your greatest wealth. On the road of life, we are often lost by the pressure of the outside world. Every choice and every decision seems to be seeking the approval of others. Such a life will only bring pain, because we have lost ourselves. We don't need to rely on the recognition of the outside world to define our own value. The real value comes from inner peace and self-awakening. When you begin to look inward and seek inner peace, rather than external success and identity, you will find that real power has long existed in your heart. When we feel lost in life, it is often because we rely too much on the evaluation of the outside world and forget the true desire in our hearts. The root of pain comes from our dependence on the outside world. When you learn to seek peace inward and get rid of the shackles of the outside world, you will find that true freedom comes from inner stability. Face your real needs and your inner strength. When you can no longer be influenced by the storms of the outside world, you will find peace in your heart, which will become the most powerful force in your life. As long as we can return to our heart, all difficulties will no longer be so unbearable. Many times, we feel helpless in the face of difficulties, because we always rely on external solutions but ignore internal wisdom. All the answers are actually deep in our hearts. When you learn to embrace the inner power and no longer rely on the help of the outside world, you will find that difficulties are no longer an obstacle, but an opportunity for growth. This inner power is born with you. As long as you are willing to look inward, you will find an infinite power that can help you overcome all difficulties. The real power does not lie in the support of the outside world, but in your understanding and acceptance of self-worth. When you find this power, you will be able to face any challenge and grow from it.